Nikki, and this is my husband, Chris. We've been married for 17 years, and we've been foster parents for 6 years. Our family, we have 4 teenagers. They are Ian, Haley, Tucker, and Hayden. They're 16, 15, and twins that are 13. And we have 2 new additions to our family that are Jackson and Raylan. They're 3 and 1.5.
So we had a guy come to our church. His name was Dan Culp. He was a comedian, and him and his wife adopted special needs kids from China. And we had room in our house, and we were thinking, we can do that. We'll try to set this up. So we started looking into that, but it kind of got to the point where that wasn't something we could move forward with. It was the money, the travel to China, stuff like that. So then a lady in our church was a foster care worker. She said, well, you can do foster care. Same setup, it's free, and we'll train you for free, and then you guys can foster to adopt that way. And then we fostered, and it took a year to get our first placement, and then we've had 11 since, and we said yes to all of them, but they all got sent home to their parents, which we're still friends with most of them, so that's cool. And then Jackson and Raylan's were the first ones they said, sure, you can adopt. So we got to adopt them number 10 and 11 of kids that have been in our house.
So I think it's just really neat to see how our teenagers have grown, being foster siblings. So we've had a variety of kids with different needs and different ages. We've had teenagers, and we've had a lot of little ones, and just seeing them just grow attached to these kids and seeing how they can take on responsibilities and they don't require me to ask them to help. They just step in and help, and I think that it's made them better people. They are learning how to take care of people that, need extra love and need extra help doing things. And it's just that's been my favorite thing about being foster parents, is seeing how the teenagers have really stepped up, and it's cool to see them caring about other people.
Fostering, you get a chance to love on different kids. And the hardest part is when they go home, and even when they're going to parents that are ready and in good shapes and are perfect to get their kids back, it's so sad. And we had a couple kids that stayed with us for a long while, and seeing the tears in our own kids' eyes when they left, just the love that they had been giving these kids that aren't part of our family and then just lived in our house and we got a chance to love on. It was cool it was sad, but it was cool to see our kids care that much about someone else's kids.
Yeah. In foster care, we've had to deal with a lot of different sibling groups, and most of the time they try to keep siblings together. And when we first got the call to take in Jackson, they let us know that his mom was pregnant and that the baby would need a place to stay too. So before they even placed him in our home, they had asked, will you guys be willing to take the baby too when she's born? Because she's going to need to be placed with her brother. And so right from the beginning, we knew we were going to be getting a sibling group and that we wanted to keep them together. I think that it's really important because biological kids have, that special bond, and they already are missing a part of their biology because they are being raised by parents that aren't biologically theirs and siblings that aren't theirs too. But I think that just having that little bit of a link to some of their biology is just so beneficial to them in the future when they are looking for somebody who looks like them. And I think it's really nice to be able to keep them together. And then also another part that's special in our family is that they had an older sibling who was already adopted from foster care 5 years before they came into foster care. And we are friends with that family. And so we're able to keep their bond together, and they know about each other. They know that they are biologically siblings, and we get together and they have a relationship too. So that's nice for us to be able to do.
It's scary. It's scary to think about, but it's so great. When we first discussed it, I didn't think I would be so willing, but it was. It just, everything about it seemed right. And you think, how am I going to love someone else's kids? How are we going to bring some strangers into our house? But it just works. It's just love. They walk in, they need you. You understand that they need you, and they just fit right in. It was great to see how our kids just fit right in with them. They come in, it's almost like seeing a friend, but it does not take long at all until you love these kids like they're your own. You don't want them to get hurt. You don't want them to leave. I would have never believed it 8 years ago, a couple years before we started fostering, that you can bring babies into your house, or teenagers. We had a 15-year-old, and love them like your own kids, and it happens very quickly. So that fear you have that you're not going to be able to form an attachment with someone else's kids, it will go away very quickly. It's so easy to love. kids that need love.
Yep.